Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's Frosty here, and today we be chatting about Invincible. Of course, I'll keep it as spoiler free as possible and avoid all the main plot points. But I'm gonna bring up like a couple names here and there. Actually, what am I talking about? I don't even remember the names. Anyway, I just finished Invincible myself, so let's talk about it. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. So before we get started, if you could take a second and head down below and give your boy a quick like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I get to keep providing content for you guys and gals. So while you're down there, might as well leave a comment with some video ideas, since this is a pretty fresh channel. I'm still in that development phase, so your input would mean a lot. So on to the video. Alright, I just finished watching the last episode last night, and I cannot tell you a better show that encapsulates what superpowers and a world with superheroes and villains would look like in real life. They do not shy away from showing very, very gruesome scenes, which not gonna lie, I'm all about. Like, I'm not a masochist or nothing, but like, it's pretty interesting to see. So I really do appreciate, and I do like the way they approach these situations, because they don't shy away from showing these things, which you will see by watching, like, I think episode 2, you really get into the thick of it. So by that, you'll see what I'm talking about. So let me just give you a little example. When they're flying, him and his dad, I don't want to say character, so let's just say a father and son. They're flying over a desert. And the father would teach his son, always fly at a higher altitude, because it would always create a small little sandstorm if you flew close to the ground. Which, it makes sense. Why would you fly near the sand? It's obviously going to make like a dust cloud. So what he told his son, to fly at a higher altitude, so that doesn't happen. Because guess what? People on the ground who have to deal with sand in their eyes, it just makes sense. So another example, a more prominent example, is the generic speedster in the show. He's always the fastest one, the Flash basically. And what I like about the show is they didn't just give him super speed. They had like different elements to it. See, this character, he perceives everything as slow, so it actually makes sense why he isn't running into buildings every time he wants to speed somewhere. It makes sense. Like a conversation that would usually take 1 to 2 minutes, it takes 2 to 3 hours for him. And they portray these powers very accurately to what it'd be like in real life. So I really do enjoy that. I got a list of things I want to talk about. So first on the list is the protagonist. The thing I really, actually no, let me start off with this. He isn't really, I don't want to say it, he isn't special. He's your typical high school student, typical superhero protagonist. He usually has the self-righteous, I'm gonna do the right thing all the time type of personality, which, I guess that works. It works here. But what I do appreciate with the writers or comic book, whatever, what they did with it is he takes L's. He takes massive L's, like L's all the time. Like, he is a walking L. And I find that interesting to see, because usually in shows like this, they get that protagonist buff whenever it's needed. They max out on luck skill, and when the time is needed, they pull out some shit out their ass and start going ham. But in this show, that never really happens. Like, it happens like a few times, but even then, it's more of a rage buff than it is hey, I just maxed out my luck stat and I got a buff today. And it's not like that. So I like the way they did that. It's different from how your usual story would go, where when they're down bad, they just turn up for some reason. Like, that doesn't happen often. So yeah. Next, I want to address the story. My god, the story blew my mind. I thought this was just gonna be a typical, save the world, become stronger, get bigger type of story, but I'm not gonna say too much, obviously, but the plot twist, oh my god, bro, had me on the edge of my seat. When you guys get closer to the end, you'll understand what I'm saying. But Jesus, it is crazy. The story is actually, it's more developed than I expected, which obviously would always be a good thing. Now, the gore in this show is like none other I've seen. The way they portray how superpowers are compared to like regular humans, and what regular humans have to go through dealing with people in this universe having superpowers is actually crazy. Like, they do not shy away from this stuff. So I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll give you a little example. At the beginning of the show, the Super Flash guy, the Flash wannabe, he was saving people, bring them out of danger, speeding through, going fast. And usually in shows, he just picks them up, drops them off at the local, I don't know, grocery store, and then goes back to doing what he's doing. But in this show, no, it's different. He picks them up, runs to wherever he needs to be, and he puts them down. 5 seconds later, they start throwing up because their body can't handle the speed that he's going at. Obviously, his body's built different, but compared to human, they're not going through that daily. So they start throwing up, and then one throws up, and the next one sees him throwing up, and it's like a circle of everyone just throwing up, which I find hilarious. And it's good writing. It makes sense. People wouldn't be able to usually just zoom across the street. They can't do that. Humans can't do that. So again, it just makes sense. Everything in this universe just makes sense. Of course, this wouldn't be an Invincible video if we didn't talk about Omni-man. This guy is a menace, bro. He is the guy. He is a G, bro. And I won't explain why, but bro, I love the way they did his character. I love his story arc. I love everything about him. It's such a 180 from what you expect. And you take in consideration like Superman. He's supposed to be the Superman of the universe, but the difference I see is the mentality that's there. To me, I love the mentality that he has, like the Superman, but I got a different way of thinking. It's something that attracts me. It's something it's different, and I really like when shows do something different. And like I said, bro, this guy, he is a menace. Bro, all Mark has to do is think, bro. Mark, think, Mark, think. It's not that hard. Just think, Mark. Just think. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Like I said, this show, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's basically a no-brainer. You must watch. You might as well watch it. Like, if you're not doing anything on the weekend, you watch this show, because it's good. So anyway, like I was saying, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. If you please hit that like button, subscribe. I have a family to feed. I'm joking. I don't actually. I have a family, but not really. You get the point. All right. Yeah. I'm wrapping this up later.